Hello, guys. Today we're going to be going over our 2026 money goals. We just want to make sure that we have a plan moving into 2026. But first, we're going to talk about all of the things that went so great in 2025. So, if you know, I do record these videos for myself. I do go back and rewatch my videos multiple times. When I say multiple times, I mean not just like uploading them, but I also rewatch my videos for myself just to see like where we were. I want to do this video so that I can have like a year in review. So yeah, it's for me. Well, for us. So first we're gonna get started and let's just name this. Let me zoom y'all down. This is definitely going to be a talkative video because we're not really breaking down the budget or anything like that. So let's do 2025 recap. All right. So 2025, the first goal or like achievement that we did was that so in 2024 in December, we did a lot of purchasing on our Chase card. So the first thing in 2025 that we did do is that we paid off our Chase credit card. And we did pay that off early. This is actually documented on my channel. So, if you want to see that, you can go to the earlier video. So that was really good. That was a good accomplishment for us. Then the next thing that we did, so my husband and I got married in not December. My husband and I got married in March of 2024. So in 2025, we did take our first vacation and we did save up for that. So from March 2024 to April 2025, we just decided to focus on paying off debt and we didn't go on vacation. And we went on our first vacation in April. We also, and this will have to do with 2026, we consolidated our debt, our car loan, or my car loan, and then our credit card spending. We did consolidate that, which was good for us at the time, and we will get into that. If you remember, in the summertime, my husband did have an emergency room visit. So, we had some medical stuff going on, and we were able to pay off that medical debt. Well, it really didn't even become a debt, but we paid off our emergency bill and we didn't have to put them on a credit card. Like we had savings for that. So that was a very, very big adulting moment, I guess, if you would say. That was a very big adulting moment for us. So I was very proud of us for having savings to pay that off and not having to result to credit. And we did in 2025 invest consistently. So we are, we're pretty young. So us been having a consistent, even though we're investing small amounts now because we're focusing on our other things, having those consistent amounts go into our Roth, into my TRS, all of that kind of stuff. It really will pay off in the long run. And when we're able to focus on investing, it's going to give us a head start. So I'm just going to put small investment. And granted, we did not invest before 2025. So 2025 was like our year of investing when it comes to our Roth IRAs. Roth IRAs. All right. And then we did get to pay off, and this was recent, our first student loan. And that should say student loan, which was student loan number 10. And that gave us the momentum that we need I'm gonna just like pick. Let's act like this is a. Let's act like this is a D. Let's make it a D. um, let's see. So we paid off our first student loan. So paying off this student loan gave us the momentum that we needed to like focus in. And when we sat down and talked about our 2026 goals, we are able to like make those goals because we had paid this off. And like this was a small amount, but it's like it got our focus back, if that makes any sense at all. And then, of course, in 2025, we tried, I'm just going to put try different methods. Try different methods. So, and I'm talking about when it came to debt, like we tried the snowball, we tried to do the paying a set amount so that we don't gain interest. What else did we try in 2025? Um, and then of course we tried. I don't think we tried Avalanche, but we did try different methods to see what worked for us. So that was good. And then we did do different methods with our savings as well. But nonetheless, even though like this was kind of the year of figuring out, how we wanted things to go, I mean, there will still be more time to come that we, will be unsure of how we want things to go. But, as long as you don't give up, you're one foot in. So this is our 2025 recap. These are the things that I kind of want to be able to see when I come back to this video and I think about 2025. I think the biggest thing for me was this right here, paying off that bill right there, and not having to go into debt because that showed us that we can do it. And then trying different methods because, like I said, I'm very indecisive, and I've said this in videos in the past. So if you've been around, you know this. And I mean, I might decide something today, and tomorrow I'll be like, huh, that is not. It won't. Honestly, it won't even be tomorrow. It could be like 2 hours, and I'll be like, yeah, that kind of didn't make sense. But that's the world of decisions, and I mean, as long as I continue to budget, and I mean, even if I continue to post, my videos, like, as long as I keep doing it, I'm okay. So we can get into our 2026 money goals now. All right, so I'm just gonna flip this, and I'm going to put 2026, and I'm gonna use purple because purple is my favorite color, and this is telling me we're gonna have a good year. Which is going to be a great year. Every year that God gives us is a great year. So, goals. All right. So, the first goal, which stems from the things that we did in 2025, all of these goals stem from the things that we did in 2025. The first goal that we have, so I know we went over that we're doing the debt snowball, and we are still doing that, but we sat down, had our like what our year or to 2 year, I think we did 2 year plan. So we did our 2 year plan basically. And so this is our last year being debt focused. So again, we got married in 2024. This, year passing is 2025, and then 2026 is going to be our last year debt focused, and then we're doing some other things. All right. So our first goal of 2026 is to pay off consumer debt. So right now that consists of our Wells Fargo loan, which was our consolidation loan that we did. And I think right now, well, I don't want to like guesstimate, but it's like 12,000 maybe. So we're planning to pay that off. And then we're gonna pay off our Wells Fargo credit card, which this is revolving. We're always spending on here. We don't go crazy, but we do buy like big purchases on our card. But this right here, this is from our original debt, and we want to make sure this is gone going into 2027 because that's 375 is a big minimum payment. So going into 2027, we only want to have those student loans that are there. So that is our first goal. And I feel really good about this goal because when we first consolidated this, that was in June of 2025, and that video is up where I talked about it. Our original plan was to pay this off in 1 year. So our original plan was to have this from June of 2025 to June of 2026. Now, we may not pay this off in 6 months, like because it's $12,000, but anything can happen. And I know in December we're getting a bonus. In January, my husband is getting a bonus. And so we decided that it was the perfect time to really just knock this out and just be done with that consumer debt and, move on from there. My voice probably sounds so scratchy. I've been not sick, but like, I don't know. Like if you are a teacher, like you don't really get sick, but you don't feel well sometimes because like the kids are sick, the weather's changing. It's just a lot of factors. So our second goal for our 2026 is we're going to focus in on that safety binder. So safety binder. So right now we're putting all of our rollover money in there, but once we pay off that loan, we can really, really focus in on it. And so I'm going to write out specifics because let me write out family binder. Well, not family binder, family crisis. So that is the current binder that we're on, family crisis. All right, so it's not to $1,000 yet. We want to get it to 1,000. So right now it's at 509 if you caught it. The second thing that we want to do is we want to get our emergency fund to 2K. So we need to add 1K. And I mean, these are really, really soft goals, guys. But our emergency fund envelope is at $1,000 right now. So, and if you don't know, everything in this binder is in our emergency fund. It's just like categories in here, but everything in here is in our emergency fund. And our goal is to get that binder to $10,000, but we're doing it one envelope at a time. So 1K to, we're doing small amounts at a time just because that's going to keep me focused. All right. And then we want to make sure our car maintenance is at 2K. So we need to add 2K because that's our last binder, or that's our last envelope that we're to get to 1K because it's at 0. And know what month was that? October that we had all those repairs. So you can go back and watch those videos if you want to see how that got to 0. All right. So that's one. Well, this one's really $500. So let's see. Where's the calculator? So for family crisis, we need 500. We have to add 1,000 to that one and 2,000 to that one. So that's 3,500. And of course, things are going to happen. I'm going to just sit that up there. Things are going to happen in the year, but these are the goals for going into 2027. At minimum, this is what we want to have in each one. All right. And we are keeping them low and doable because that's what's going to make us hit the goal. All right. And then number 3, we are going to save for vacation. We are going on vacation in June 2026. And our goal is, no credit. So we want to make sure we have everything paid for. And we did do a good job of that last time when we went on vacation in 2025. Almost everything was paid for. We just had to do some little stuff here and there, and we took plenty of money on the trip with us. All right, so that is, and I wanted to add this because you're going to see this, the things I'm putting here, you're going to see those changes in our December budget. All right, and then our goal number 4, we want to finish our bills binder. So that binder is this one right here. And we're not, so our goal, this is also a part of our emergency fund. So if anything happens, God forbid, we would use our month of bills, and then we would use our emergency fund envelope. So we have a few in here to do, and I could just write them out, honestly, because they're empty. So we have our internet. Internet. Sorry, y'all. I didn't mean to hit y'all. Internet. So subscriptions has it, but these are in like a debt snowball order also. Phones is funded. Sit that there. So we've got to do internet, lights, car insurance, and I'm gonna leave this one off because this one's gonna be gone in 2026. That personal loan is gonna be gone in 2026, and I really do believe that. Like everything that I say, like even me saying that we were gonna pay the loan off June to June is like one of the reasons why I put that up there, because I've said it. So now it's like, okay, what you gonna do to make it happen? So we're gonna leave that one out. We are gonna put the student loans in there because that 288, and then of course our rent. Okay, so that is that's what we need to fully fund our bills binder. And right now, while we're like kind of building up our safety binder instead of the bills first, is because we're pretty stable. And then we do have buffers, and all that kind of stuff. So that is why. But we do want to go into 2027 with this complete. All right. And then that's it. That's all of our goals, guys, for 2026. We're really setting ourselves up. Again, this is probably going to be our last year of paying off debt. So we want to make sure that we put ourselves on the right foot for the next chapter of our lives. So I'm just going to put a few things right here for myself. Smiley, stay consistent. So one debt at a time has been working, one envelope at a time has been working. Giving yourself small amounts to go to build up, that has been working. Don't move from that. Do what has been working. All right, so I'm just going to write that for myself. One debt at a time, and then one envelope at a time. All right, so that is all that I have for our 2026 money goals video, guys. Like this video if you like the content, and until next time, bye-bye.